I'll introduce. Right. Hi guys, welcome to the final round of the European Championships 2014 in Amsterdam. In honor of a man I very much look up to, it all comes down to this. The final round.
The final round.
The final round.
The final round.
Marcel Burri versus Eugene Heidt.
And they're playing...
It is Lightsworn
decks
versus Mermails. We have everything. There's explosions, and it's going to be awesome.
Everything. All of the enthusiasm. And it's Swiss versus German, I do believe.
Yeah, we've got a Swiss-German final, and it's going to be... With these two decks, cards are going to be flying left, right, and centre.
Which is Mermail and Lightsworn, by the way. Obviously, we saw Marcel in the last round.
Yes.
Who is playing the Lightsworn. And the Mermail is Eugene.
Yeah, it's just figuring out virtual space. Like, oh yeah, it's the other way. It's reversed. So, our players are getting shuffled up and getting ready for the finals. At the end of this, we will know who is our #1 player in Europe for this season, and you guys will have very much to talk about and a lot of information and a lot of things to look up to when you move into your WCQs if you're from a different part of the world. We have had a fantastic weekend here.
Definitely.
We've seen so much. We've had spellbooks doing extremely well. The very first round up here that we had a spellbook lose was that last
round, yes. They've won pretty much every single game.
Everything else, it's been...
I'm pretty sure there was about 6 feature matches that involved spellbooks. So they were doing very well.
We've
Definitely
seen
very well.
The Heidt deck coming all the way into the final stages of the tournament, but up here, they on screen didn't quite get there. Very close. So top 8, I believe, was the last Heidt deck was
yes.
eliminated from the tournament. And we're seeing Mermails and Lightsworn in the finals. So guys, if you're a spellbook enthusiast, I'm sorry you won't be seeing another spellbook win this year.
Not for the Europeans anyway.
They needed more Jaugen.
Jaugen is not the be all and end all.
It should be.
It's horrible nightmares for people in the last
that played last year
European Championships.
Yeah. So what do you guys think going into this last round? A bit of information about the decks that we're looking at. Eugene is playing 24 monsters, 9 spells, 7 traps in his Mermail. Pretty standard.
It's a very
ratios.
standard Mermail deck, to be honest with you. I can't see anything in particular.
And we're also seeing a very monster-heavy Lightsworn deck.
And we've seen how this works already in the last match.
Yeah, what is that? 27 monsters, 8 spells,
and 5 trap cards.
And 5 trap cards. Wow.
Again, in such a trap-heavy format, you're going to find that a lot of decks are going to be trying to negate those traps and just getting rid of the back row. But against this deck, you need a lot of monster removal more than anything.
These guys not playing the heavy traps, breaking away from what we saw prevalent in the national championships that we were running all across Europe, where trap card numbers were up at their highest point of 20 and monster counts were very low, and then these guys have just flipped the ratios right back.
Definitely. It seems we have just got a completely different format. I mean, even from the YCS's, very recent one here, it's completely changed.
YCS Paris, yeah, but there's been a couple of releases that's had effects. The Lightsworn structure deck, obviously, as we're now sitting in the final with a Lightsworn from Marcel.
There is that.
Yeah.
I believe Primal Origin, people have finally got to grips with that by now.
Yeah, they've had a lot of time to playtest and get used to it since a lot of the nationals were going on at different times. Primal Origin wasn't actually legal for many of the nationals, but it was towards the tail end, and then of course it was for this event. I'm not sure how close we are to starting, if they're still setting up, or...
Let's take a look at that.
What's going on.
See if they're getting ready still.
Yeah, I think they're still
switching camera. They're obviously still setting up over there.
Still some technical stuff.
Yeah,
they're sorting out.
Definitely.
We'll just take a look at the side deck options from these guys to see what brought them all the way here to the finals. Eugene's okay. Yeah, they're getting shuffled up just about. Ready? Eugene's deck: 3 Maxi, 2 Exe Universe, 2 Black Pawn of Heaven, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 DD Crow, 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, and 1 Malevolent Catastrophe in Eugene's side deck. In case you're looking for what options you should be taking, well, what options you could consider for your WCQs or tournaments coming up in the near future.
No, number 80 in this. What about you?
Number 80? That's a good point.
We've seen it win a lot of games, which surprised me that it's not made it into the finals.
Yeah, it's been a deciding card for its disruption that it does to the graveyard and the attack bonus that it applies to a monster it equips to. But yeah, it's not here.
Oh. Interesting. I mean, as I said last round, Rainbow Karibo is going to make a definite comeback for the for WCQs and for the World Championships. Yeah, most definitely.
It saw a lot of attention when the card first came out, and then people seemed to just lose interest in Rainbow Karibo, and now we're seeing 2 main decked, I believe. Is it 2 main
Yes,
decked?
it's 2 main decked.
2 main decked in the finalist Lightsworn deck, Marcel, Burri. So happy, they're so happy to be here. They both speak German. In case you're wondering what's going on there.
Now, our colleague Oliver German there, who's been writing some fantastic coverage all weekend.
Oh yeah, he's first time appearing on stream. If you've had a feature match, there's a good chance that this guy has been the one who's wrote it. We're very grateful to have Oliver a part of our coverage team.
Shout out to James Pennicott as well.
Yeah, who's currently not on the stream, but still in the venue, writing up articles. Fantastic bunch of guys to work with. Okay, the opening hands are being drawn. Eugene, it has a Genix Undyne, Breakthrough Skill, Forbidden Lance, Abyss Pike, Tidal, and I want to say that's an Abyss Gund. We'll see the hands loading in, and we've got a Curry Bandit, a Rainbow Karibo, a Raiden, is that a Minerva? I can't see it, and a Lightsworn, oh wait, no, it's not Minerva, and it's a Lightsworn Sorceress Lumina. Oh, sorry, Lumina, the Lightsworn in the hand. I'll let you know as soon as it loads in for certain what the uncertain cards are. This is going to be combo centric.
Combo-licious.
Actually, you've got the combo-licious from Eugene, and then you've just got aggression coming from Marcel. He's going to be burning through that deck and throwing threats at Eugene, forcing Eugene to deal with all of this. Both of these players, there we go, they're both extremely happy to be on this table. They've both probably played the matches against the other's deck for the whole time, and they're probably both very aware of what each are playing at this stage.
They all got to have
Eugene
quite a nice chat when we were giving some interviews earlier.
Yeah, Eugene's taking the first turn, and he starts with a Genix Undyne. He's going to be adding a Genix controller to his hand. Okay, so we've got a Genix controller added to the hand, and a Atlantean Dragoon sent to the graveyard, which gives Eugene another card to search for, and it's an Abyss Mermegalo. And 2 face down cards. I am getting a few technical difficulties right here on my...
Nothing to worry about though.
Yeah, we'll get this sorted for you in just a second. Okay, we're seeing a Curry Bandit being summoned for Marcel. Eugene just taking a second to take a look at that. Eugene looking at the breakthrough skill, and decides, yeah, he's going to use the breakthrough skill on the Curry Bandit. And play passes back to Eugene. Eugene denying Marcel the use of that Curry Bandit, slowing him down in the early stages of the duel. Okay, so he's holding a hand full of monsters. and potential combos. So the cogs are turning in Eugene's head as he considers what to unleash. Okay, yes, we've got everything fixed now, so I should be able to share with you what exactly is going on. So, Eugene, if you're a Mermail player, take a look at this hand. Seems pretty good, right? Oh, we've got a one unknown card in Eugene's hand. That's a Genix controller, in case you're wondering. Currently on committed to the field, he has the Genix Undyne, the Forbidden Lance, and a Breakthrough skill. Is that the breakthrough from earlier, or is that another one? Did he have start with 2? Okay, so we're seeing a flurry of plays from Abystius and Abyss Mermegalo.
Well, this is what Mermail does best.
Yeah, and he's sensed a very slow start from Marcel, so now he, Eugene is pressing Marcel. Although Marcel does have that Rainbow Karibo to survive a potential OTK push. Abyss Mermegalo, we haven't seen this card this weekend. It's definitely being played, but we just didn't see it on any of our Mermail matches. He's using the effect to allow Abyss Mermegalo to attack twice this turn. And he got Tidal. This might be lethal right here. But we're still aware, if you're interested in Marcel's hand. There's that Rainbow Karibo, which can stop both attacks from this Abyss Mermegalo. There we go, saved by the furry protection. As you see, that would have been game. Eugene taking a moment to read the life-saving Rainbow Karibo. Karibo saving people duels for a long time now.
Yeah.
Very long time.
In all forms.
Yes. Okay, so this actually, this stops Eugene from winning the duel right here, but he still has a lot of monsters and a lot of options open to him before he ends his turn, and then Marcel's going to be forced to... Okay, he's making it unaffected by spells. Of course, Curry Bandit being treated as a spell in the spell and trap zone, that's enough to take it out. Yep.
Oh.
So he did have the answer to that and still pressed the OTK. So Curry...
Not Curry
Rainbow
Bandit.
Karibo.
Rainbow Karibo, not a Curry Bandit. Curry Bandit is not a spell card.
It was on the field though.
It was on the field. I can see how you got confused, but no, it was the Rainbow Karibo there that was unaffected. Made it unaffected.
It was enough.
So that was a very quick game 1, which we expect from Mermails.
That's a fair play from Eugene. I would have missed a Forbidden Lance play myself, because of course it's a spell in the spell and trap zone, and I would have looked at that and gone, oh, okay, and probably pass a turn and not taken the... Well, I wouldn't have passed a turn.
It becomes a quick spell card, I believe.
Yeah,
you have to actually equip it to
the opponent's monster.
Yes.
But I would have probably missed that. It's the little things like that where Eugene can took the game away solely by being prepared for it. Even though Rainbow Karibo is surprise tech, it just shows the level of preparation that Eugene Heidt has put into
definitely
getting ready for this European Championship. He saw that coming and he knew he had the answer and could press game through that.
But I do think one of the reasons why I was looking at the card, I mean, he could have been actually testing out things like Noble Knights, because of course you have the Queen.
Yeah, you have that
who becomes an equipped spell card there. So that's one way that he would definitely know that he would be able to make that play.
Yeah, if it came up in his previous testing sessions, he goes, "Oh, this is the same as X." But this just encourages you to try a whole multitude of decks, even the ones that are currently. Why you have the decks that are currently dominating higher level tournaments, but it's also to try and catch the off the wall decks, because you learn these interactions just for experimenting.
Yeah.
Full credit to Eugene there, just forcing that win through.
Marcel not looking so happy now.
Yeah, when
a little bit frustrated.
When you're playing the Lightsworn deck and you're not pushing all the dragons at your opponent, and instead you're getting a bunch of dragons and stuff pushed towards you, you're not going to be happy.
No. Not when you've got sea serpents and fish to the face.
Yeah, that's not going to do him any good.
No. Not at all.
Let's see how Marcel deals with this. You have Marcel's side deck there.
I do, and it looks like he put some Vanity's Emptiness in there. That's what I caught.
Yeah, it looked like the Vanity's Emptiness, which is very good when Eugene commits to some of his Mermail combos. The Vanity Emptiness is going to be completely able to lock Eugene out Right, we're seeing some cards drawn. I see a Curry Bandit, a Judgment Dragon, an Honest, Lila Lightsworn Sorceress, and 2 Solar Recharges. This is going to be a lightning fast start for Marcel, who's going first in this. And I see from Engen, I just
Eugene, sorry?
Eugene. Yeah, sorry, Eugene.
I will just make the point that Alpe Engen is not in the finals at this point.
He's not. He was here this weekend.
He was here this weekend, which is probably he's one of the named players that did compete in this weekend.
Yes.
Peter Gross and a few other players.
A few other players. Okay, I see an Abyss Pike, Atlantean Heavy Infantry, probably an Abyss Sphere. Oh yeah, it is an Abyss Sphere. And 2 cards which I will... Abysstius and Blackborn Heaven, just loading in there. We saw this card a little bit yesterday. Very good start. Very good card to start with for the Mermail player. Okay, so Solar Recharge coming down for Marcel. Very, very simple. Discard a Lightsworn monster, draw 2 cards, send 2 cards. The Rainbow Karibo went to the graveyard, so keep that in mind, as it can be the life-saving defender in the later stages of a duel. I don't believe Marcel drew any more... Yeah, he didn't draw any other Lightsworn monsters to go with that other Solar Recharge, so he will be just going summoning Curry Bandit, activating its effect, and ending the turn. So, he excavates Tempest, Mystical Space Typhoon, Needlebug's Nest, Jane, and Light Ray Diablos. That's a couple of... that's quite a few good cards, and the Diablos is also... Well, he can't take Diablos, it's going to be Needlebug's Nest or Mystical Space Typhoon.
And there's the Mystical Space Typhoon.
He goes for the Mystical Space Typhoon. And he passes with an open field to Eugene. Eugene drawing a card, and it is a Soul Charge, a card we've seen a lot of this weekend. Not overpowering the games, but...
It's not looking good for Marcel at the moment, not with that hand.
It's a bit clunky, I'll give you that.
Now, can you just bring up Eugene's hand?
Yeah, Eugene is currently looking at this, so...
He's looking at some combo.
How would you guys combo with this? It's very interesting, because Marcel hasn't committed any cards to the field, the Atlantean Heavy Infantry won't be taking out any additional cards if discarded as a cost for any of those other Mermail monsters, so some of the extra... the effects that sort of help pay for themselves. He's not really got any window for that. Okay, we're going to see Abyss Spike discarding the Abysstius to add Genix Undyne to his hand. He wants to hold on to that Atlantean Heavy Infantry for when he can take out a problematic card from Marcel. 2 cards go face down. That's an Abyss Sphere and a Black Horn of Heaven, which is a very good start for Eugene. And play will be going back to Marcel. Oh, there's of course a direct attack involved there.
Of course, yes. That's life points have changed there.
He does have the Mystical Space Typhoon. Marcel does have the Mystical Space Typhoon in hand to combat the Abyss Sphere. We'll see how he decides. Oh, he's drawn a Phoenix Wing Blast. This is a really slow hand for him. I don't know if he has 4 light monsters with different names. Or is it 5? Yes, he does. He can summon the Light Ray Diablos. Does Eugene respond to this? That Light Ray putting a lot of pressure on Eugene. Eugene taking a moment to consider his response, if any. And we're going to see the Black Horn of Heaven negating the summon of Light Ray Diablos. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast being set by Marcel and play being passed back to Eugene. We saw this card being one of the most valued players in the previous match Marcel had against Niccolo. Both games 1 and 3 allowing him to close the duel out, but it's this time that Marcel is limping and Eugene is looking very strong right now. But then, we don't know what Eugene knows based on what his opponent's playing. So Genix Undyne going to be summoned.
It's going to go and get a controller.
Yeah. It takes a little while to consider which of these options. I mean, he is in the final of the European Championships, and he's considering his whole sequence of plays, which after he sends the Atlantean Dragoons to the graveyard, he will get to search his deck for another card. And we see that Genix controller, which has been the bane of my existence today, as it keeps appearing as a blank card and confusing me.
But now it doesn't.
No, it's not there right now. Now we're going to see 2 more direct attacks coming from Eugene. That's putting Marcel pretty low, lowering the impact of his soul charges. Every 1000 he takes past this point is another monster he cannot summon. As we know that Marcel does play soul charge.
Let's see here. Yes, Marcel is remaining 2 soul charges. That's a very nice hand that's there.
Okay, he's going to use the Rainbow Karibo to stop one of those attacks. Yeah. He draws a card. It's a Gareth. That goes very nice with the solar recharge he has in his hand since the first turn. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So the recharge, sending a Blaster to the graveyard and adding 2 more cards to Marcel's hand. I keep talking about this card, so let me pull that up for you. Oh, no I can't.
Which card was that?
Rainbow Karibo.
Rainbow Karibo.
Unfortunately not. So we got a Redox, a Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders, Kuru Bandit, Mystical Space Typhoon, Rainbow Karibo, Judgment Dragon, Honest. I don't believe he has enough monsters in his graveyard to summon the Judgment Dragon. Okay, so he's going to push out with Blaster, or he's announcing he's activating the effect. You can see what Eugene could possibly respond with. Nothing that would immediately deal with the Dragon Blaster. Blaster very specifically targeting the Abyss Pike. This will take away rank 4 options that Eugene could be trying to put together with his next normal summon. And it also, he knows his opponent has the Genix controller for a potential level 7 Synchro monster. Okay, and Marcel summons Kuru Bandit. I believe that's a Mystical Space Typhoon he just sets face down on the field.
It certainly looked that way.
Yep. If Marcel can see it through till next turn, if he gets this Kuru Bandit effect off. Nope, it's Abyss Sphere. It's good timing actually. That Mystical Space Typhoon was just set on the field. So he's going to have to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast it, because he's put the quick play spell face down. He can't respond with it this turn.
But he is breakthrough skilling that Kuru Bandit there.
Yeah, he's using the breakthrough skill to stop it, yeah, as you said.
Yeah.
Eugene playing extremely well here. Very well timed with his cards. Play goes back to Eugene. His opponent's field, the Blaster is very, very strong. And we've got the Super Secret Honest, which helped Marcel win that last game, that last round. So you put him here in the finals. We've got an Abyss Megalo, an Abyss Sphere. I thought that he tried to resolve before the Abyss Sphere. I can just bring that one up for you guys.
It's a very powerful card.
Yeah, he has another one in his hand. It's very, very good.
It is, I believe, the same one. Need to get put back on top.
Oh yeah, got put back on top of his deck. Yeah, good catch. Soul Charge, Abyss Sphere, Atlantean, Heavy Infantry, Genix Controller, and Abyss Megalo. Eugene's just taking a few moments to consider what he can do here.
Marcel trying to keep his cool there.
Yep, Marcel is going to let that Genix controller be summoned, and an Exy summon, that's going to be Ghost Rick Alucard. We've seen that a lot this weekend, the Ghost Rick Alucard being very good against the large number of face hand spells and traps. Okay. And again, after he sees that he's got clear space, he plays Soul Charge to bring back 2 monsters.
That's 2,000 life points.
A small price to pay. He gets to use the Abyss Pike effect to find his Abyss Grund. I'll bring that up for you. Again, we were talking about this one yesterday. A limited card.
That's an Honor Arc?
Yes, and that's going to be the answer to Blaster.
Some ridiculously good plays from Eugene here.
Yeah, Eugene knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, he's searching... because the Atlantean Dragoons were sent to the graveyard to activate the effect of a water monster, he's now searched for Moon Glacier. Sorry, it took me a moment to remember its name. Moon Glacier, and he summons it and takes 2 cards out of Marcel's hand. Marcel now left with just a Judgment Dragon.
Wow, that couldn't have hit any better.
Yeah, he's left him with a Judgment Dragon that he cannot summon. Just watching how Eugene is systematically picking Marcel apart, card by card. He's just outplaying him at every opportunity he got. And Marcel had a really weak hand to start off with, and Eugene is giving him no breathing room. Clearly a master level player right here in the finals. Entirely deserving to be here. Now both of these players are, as we've seen Marcel do some fantastic things in his previous round. We still see no attacks because of the Soul Charge, so now we've got another Dragon Ruler coming up.
The field.
He's trying to wall up with his Redox. Oh, his card draw I've got here was another Judgment Dragon.
That's rather unhelpful.
So he passes a turn and hopes Eugene has no way of dealing with this Redox. And Abyss Grund is discarded as one of the cards for Abyss Megalo, which is going to allow him to bring back... He's targeted Mermail Abyss Tias for the special summon effect of Abyss Grund. Moon Glacier making its first appearance this weekend. The Elemental Lords are very, very cool cards. This one saw a lot of play a while ago, and it always catches people off guard when it shows up. It is so powerful. Eugene is taking a moment to consider his plays, but he could be just a few more moves away from being the 2014 European champion.
He's oh, and there's the big eye, and I believe that is
First time this weekend. First time this weekend we've seen number 11 big eye.
That's it.
There's a handshake.
And there it is.
Eugene Heidt, your European champion, 2014 from Amsterdam. Eugene taking it down with Mermails.
Eugene is winning Amsterdam from Germany. Yes, fantastic.
What a performance there.
Really
Eugene,
good game.
I can't fault any of the plays made by Eugene that game.
It's all just amazing.
Like, both rounds, he took Marcel apart, and it was a 2-0 victory. That's a very clean sweep.
Just bit by bit.
And Marcel was a fantastic player. He made it all the way here to the finals over all of these other players this weekend with a deck that just became legal for tournament play in TCG territories this weekend. And yeah, both fantastic players, and Eugene proving that he is this year's champion.
Did really well there. Oliver German just editing his article there. You'll be able to find the written version of that match.
Yeah, you can also catch this back if you wanna read it play by play. So good this weekend, and in the finals we saw quite a few new appearances of cards that we didn't see on any of our other matches this weekend. Just wow. I'll be very curious to see what Eugene decides to play when we get to the World Championships a little later on. Maybe he'll stick with the tried and tested Mermail. Maybe he'll switch to something else, but
maybe.
Just so good.
Maybe he'll surprise everybody and switch to Lightsworn. The deck that he just beat.
Yeah. Just goes, I qualified here for with Mermail. I'll just switch to Lightsworn.
But I think that's going to decide that would definitely be what's going to be played at the other WCQs that are still to come.
There's more information out there to come for Eugene to learn from. We will be going to the award ceremony after these players have cleared up, and we let it sink in for Eugene a moment that he is this year the #1 player in Europe for this season. And he deserved it.
Definitely.
Every step of the way. You just watch how he pulled this off.
Now, Marcel in previous rounds made a lot of plays, but Eugene just outplayed him.
Yeah, and then but that second game where Marcel couldn't get into the game, it looked good with the solar recharge. He didn't get the extra Lightsworn monster. He gets stuck, and Eugene just sees that and goes, "Okay, I'm going for this." Goes, "That's fine." Then he just takes him apart with the
there wasn't even
Elemental
the
Lord.
Honest.
No, we didn't see the Super Secret Honest. The Super Secret Honest got revealed.
Yes, it did.
As it was discarded by the Elemental Lord.
That was just an amazing hit.
Yeah.
That won the game.
I think he left him with the only card that he couldn't play from his hand, and then he draws another Judgment Dragon.
Yeah.
Which he couldn't play either.
Completely ridiculous. Now, you're going to be staying with us, I think, all the way up until the ceremony, which should be coming up soon. Where the top 8 players will be given their prizes.
Yes, the top 4 will also have to have all of their photographs taken and all of the cheering and clapping that you expect after winning or getting this far.
Definitely.
In a tournament. In fact, if nobody clapped, I'd be so disappointed if I made it this far.
Now, there was that clear winner there, but we've got to remember that all 4 of the top 4 are making it through to the World Championships. So the Lightsworn will still be there. Yes,
all 4 of these players will be taking part. We've got their names here. We've got Marcel, Eugene,
and
Andre and
Nicolo.
All coming to Rimini. Even though Eugene is walking away here, the champion of 2014, these other players also are going to be stepping foot on the world stage, and very few players can ever say that they've had the honor to do that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well,
so has it been? How's it been for you?
It's been a fantastic experience. This has been the first time that we've streamed an event.
Definitely.
We've had a few bumps and hitches along the way, but it feels like it's gone really well.
Now, how do you think it all went? You know, give us your comments. Definitely.
Yeah. Also, thanks for sticking with us this whole way through. We have been streaming for how long would it have been now?
What we started at 9
today.
This morning. We started at 11 yesterday. We finished at midnight.
Yeah, so
it's a good almost.
It's a long time.
Nearly 24 hours.
Wow, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Of Yu-Gi-Oh goodness for you, and you can catch up with all of this. You can catch up with all of this in the Twitch channel that we have set up. Did we have the data for the top 32 there? Was that there?
We never did actually get the data for that.
It might be in the written coverage, which you can check. It's the link on the, if you're watching it through the Yu-Gi-Oh card page, is somewhere up here.
I'll have a quick look now, actually.
Okay, we can check that.
If you'd like to just have a look at that deck list there and just see what you think.
Yeah, the side deck being the most interesting part when you're going against a very large number of competitive decks. You had Max C's for dealing with the large amount of special summons such as Sylvans, which has been, I just see the players walking past and getting the thumbs up. They're happy.
Yeah.
Marcel is very happy as he walks out of the streaming area. So yeah, you've got the 3 Maxis against all the special summon heavy decks to allow him to fight back and keep churning out combos. Got the 2 XE universes primarily for the Yugioh matchup. The Maxi is also not terrible there. XE universe, as we saw, completely blowing out one of our players yesterday, turning 2 of his XE's monsters into a Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack.
Oh, I have the list here.
We have the list.
This is just for day 2. Giga again completely dominated the stats. Then there was Heidt in second again. Mermail, Lightsworn, Evil Swarm, Madolce, Bujin, Spellbook, Sylvan, and then Other. Other takes up most of the page there. Unfortunately, I don't actually have what deck lists were there, but with that many Giga, you'd expected it to make it.
That's the top 128, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of well-known themes getting through to the next day.
Definitely.
Wow. What a weekend.
Now, I'm not quite sure how long we're going to have before the ceremony here.
What was your favourite feature match for this weekend? We got the honour of...
I think we both said it was... you remember the name?
Tariq from South Africa.
Yes, the incredibly friendly man.
What? That guy is a hero.
Definitely.
I want to go ask him for his autograph. If I see him around, I'm going to do that. Just really nice, so trusting. Doesn't cut his opponent's deck after shuffling.
Yeah, just says no, it's okay.
Just the way he deals with the situations. Like he attacks into a monster with a higher defense with his breaker, and he's just like, no, it doesn't matter, and goes on to win the game anyway.
Definitely.
And he was in such good spirits the whole time. Just such a great guy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he even gave his opponent some life point.
It's okay. Just have some.
I'll just take my 1600 attack monster into your 2400 defense guy. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You can just have some life point.
Yeah. Other great moments that we saw this weekend. Niccolo, why me moment when he attacked straight into Surprise Honest, which completely shut down what would have been a brilliant start for Niccolo that could have carried him straight into the game. Getting taken out by that Honest. We saw... What else did we see? We saw Spellbooks doing their thing earlier on in the tournament. Different route, always end up same results, apart from Niccolo in the finals there. Getting the Spellbook Tower, getting the Spellbook of Fate, and just running over the opponent with far too many cards.
We're never going to get over that, Honest.
Well, neither did Niccolo. He clearly couldn't get over it. You see him afterwards. He's just shaking his head. He's going to watch this back. And Niccolo, you're a great sport.
Yeah.
Just remember that
it will be lovely to see him in the world.
Honest is a card.
Honest is a card. It is played in Lightsworn. Most definitely.
I would have expected it too, because you get to this stage, and you're in front of all these people watching. You've got all of the remaining competitors downstairs currently watching. They're watching on a bit of a delay, so we'll probably start hearing the cheering. It just oh no, we've already we can see on the stream that they've called up, so they're all supporting their players.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we waited for the game to be over before the players went down there.
Yes, yes, we did. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah,
but
we waited there just so when all the players go down there, all of the they'll all be ready for support. Okay, now, hopefully we're not giving away all of the secrets.
yes, of course, I don't want to give everything away, but we've got Bujins here as well. Very good to see those making a final placing in the top 4. Andre, of course. His ratio was 16 monsters, 15 spells, 9 traps. I won't give away that. You could probably watch back through the stream if you want an idea of exactly how he was playing his cards. We're seeing again DD Crows, Max C's, no more crossouts. That is an Italian word I can't read. Mystical Space Typhoon. And Vanity's Emptiness, Malevolent Catastrophe, and Debunk were his side deck weapons of choice.
I always like looking at other people's side decks because it's always nice to think what were they thinking when they put this in there. And there's definitely some staples that are coming up through all of them.
We're seeing a lot of in the side decks a lot of interesting stuff. They're all very similar. Players knew what the main competitive decks would be, and these players were massively successful making it here, all the way through the field of many. So, what are you expecting to see from the North American Championships this year? What do you think we're going to see a repeat of what we've got here?
It feels like we may do. Is there any other releases between now and then?
No, we've got no additional releases, but I'm wondering how the game is going to change now that we've seen these results here, and people start shifting up what they're playtesting.
I feel we're going to see Lightsworn again.
I feel Lightsworn will come back in force, even maybe more so than they were here, and Bujin as well, probably skyrocketing in popularity. Maybe a fall of Heidt, but then Heidt does a lot of other things. Even if it wasn't successful here, it keeps many of the outsider unknown decks in check because it's so good at just disrupting those quirky combos and things that catch people out guard and just prevent you from winning. And if that comes out of the game, all of those cheesy combos sneak back in.
That's one of the problems.
And then those cheeky combos, for all we know, could have been the perfect counter to the decks that we have in front of us, but they got beaten by the second most popular deck in the tournament,
which is Heidt, just because it's got so much. I guess I'd say harass. To be a
you harass.
It's just you harass the cards. You say you're not going to be able to play that. No, not that. I'm bringing out monsters in your turn. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, they're big monsters and they destroy your cards.
But definitely, yes. Definitely. Actually, when I was speaking to one of the staff members before, they were suddenly very surprised to realise that Barrel Attack is a 2100 attack monster and destroys a monster.
Yes, it's a very, very big card, and it's a level 5 for that Constellar Pleiades. But if the popularity of that deck drops down, there's a lot of other decks that could possibly step in and change the results of your WCQ somewhere. And Prophecy, that being hugely successful, again, if that starts to pick up the number of options to deal with it, people start shifting, and then the entire format could look completely different in just a few small weeks with no releases. It's incredible. The amount of playtesting that you guys do in preparation for these events is it's quite humbling.
We do appreciate everything that you do.
Yeah,
we really do. We all appreciate you. And I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you come to these events, you watch our stream, and you keep up with all what's going on, and we're just very grateful to be able to bring you this coverage.
Definitely, it's been good.
Yeah, I actually also want to do a big massive thank you to the judge team that we've had for the European Championships this year. They all gave up their weekend. Many of them had actually earned qualifications through various regionals, but elected to come and volunteer their time to assist with the running of this event.
Example, the blonde-haired staff member that you saw actually typing in their hands there, he was one of the first people to actually qualify in the UK for this event, and decided instead to come and come and help out.
He offered to volunteer to help out. So all of the judges did a fantastic job. We're at the end of a massive event. It's so important to all of the players, and they've done it. It's important to everyone, and they've done a fantastic job. And
Definitely.
And they've made us proud. I also want to do a special thank you to our two technical guys who have been telling us every card that the players have in their hands and on the field. The first time they were exposed to this was very, very recently, and they've done a great job adapting. And okay, they did a fantastic job pulling it all together and allowing us to give you the commentary.
And all of the technical staff in the background as well, of course.
Yes.
They've helped us with all of the new technology we've been using as well. Showing you all of the cards at the side of the screen. Absolutely everything.
Yeah, our whole production team as well. If you're watching, I want to give you guys a great big thank you. This is the first time we've done this, and you've been really, really great at putting this all together and allowing us to just be here on the stream for you guys.
Definitely.
We'll be getting ready with the awards ceremony soon. I believe that they're currently just taking some photographs, and we will be able to show you the winners very, very soon. Most valuable card this weekend. What do you think was the best
Most valuable card?
Which
Fiendish
card?
Chain.
Fiendish Chain. Actually,
Fiendish Chain.
yeah, Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain, #1 player. We saw how many times it just shut
everything down. Now nobody thinks of it like that.
No, it's that Soul Charge. Very, very good card. Fiendish Chain. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's been all about.
because you go Soul Charge. Oh well, now I'll get out my XE cards. Fiendish Chain.
It's gonna haunt me forever. And
It is going to haunt you forever.
Marcel wasn't playing Fiendish Chain, and neither was Eugene.
Although,
So, what you say is the most valuable card. It didn't appear in the finals.
but then again, they weren't playing trap heavy decks because they knew that it was trap heavy meta.
Yep, it was better to have more questions than to your opponent that they were forced to answer than fill your deck with answers. Eventually, these trap decks ran out of steam. Just couldn't deal with the amount of aggression, and Eugene and Marcel was able to bring it through just by simply pushing too much at their opponents.
And if you don't mind me interrupting, I feel like a lot of this is to do with the fact that everybody was expecting Heidt and decided that locking your opponent down and stopping the back row is going to be the best option. And obviously, Heidt players were expected to play against Heidt.
Yeah, the trap wars with the counter traps of 7 Tools of the Bandit, wiretaps, these were all cards that are very highly predicted to be making a big impact, and we were expecting to see these big trap wars, but in the end, a lot of these cards were just traps that answer your opponent's traps that answer your traps.
Yeah.
And we saw spellbooks running away every time with those games by playing lots of spells, not getting involved with those trap wars, and just looking for ways to play around those traps. And Fire and Ice Hand as well played around almost every single time we saw them.
Yeah, although they were big, strong contenders, we thought that obviously they've come out quite a bit, but
they did great things. But every time we saw them, the players were very, very prepared, and they adjusted their fields accordingly to make sure that they were denying the Fire and Ice Hand either of their effects.
we've had some terrific players.
Yeah, everyone we've had on the stream
weekend
have been great, even through the funny misplays like Jovan summoning the number 101 to go for the normal summoned Hermitry.
Yes, he was not expecting a normal summoned Hermitry.
Yeah,
we weren't expecting a normal summoned Hermitry. He played the 101 and we went, hang on a minute, he can't even take that.
It's like, yeah, it's not going to stop that. We've seen some great stuff.
Some very, very interesting and funny misplays.
Just trying to think of other examples. We saw the whole Mermail field getting blown out by a Fiendish Chain and a Torrential Tribute combo through a Mecha Organeer. Just knowing exactly when to chain his cards in what order, the player was able to take out all of his opponent's cards from what was a weak start from him, and then he ran away with that game, I believe. I would actually have to check that back, I can't remember, but he cleared the field very impressively.
But a lot of it has been, all weekend has been waiting for your opponent to make the large combo and then stop it there, basically, get rid of it immediately. I mean, Giga had a lot of answers to that.
Yeah,
but in the end, didn't quite make it to the top 4.
We saw Giga being the most played deck and being completely absent from the top 4 is quite a surprise. It was the most represented deck and it didn't make it. Again, probably too busy trying to get involved with those. I've got an answer for your answer, and not enough questions. I use this a lot. By question, if you're just tuning in, or whatever. By question, I mean it's something that your opponent has to deal with. If you don't deal with this, you will lose the game.
Yeah.
And an answer is, that makes that go away.
Essentially, yeah.
And if you've got too many of that makes that go away, but you don't have any way of actually asking your opponent the same questions,
then you know you're gonna definitely struggle.
Yeah, it's just closing out the games, being massively difficult. You can take a look at the scene behind us. There's been all these boats going past.
It's been driving the crowd wild.
They're really, really big boats.
They are big boats that are behind us.
Bear with me one moment, please.
Soll nicht so nah drauf. Wenn ich das richtig verstanden habe, auf die Preise. Jetzt noch nicht, weil ich glaube, das habe ich verstanden.
And now we're going to join my colleague over with the prizes, Matt Bell, and we'll be giving the prizes out as soon as we can. It's just over there right now.
Ja. Nee, eigentlich nicht.
That's Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready and proud to present the prizes to our top 4 for the European Championships 2014, our representatives for the World Championships in Rimini, the semi-finalists, Nicolo, playing spellbooks. Can we get a big round of applause for Nicolo? Nicolo, please step forward. We present to you the trophy and many other goodies right here for you.
Should I take a picture or something?
Yeah, if you just turn to face... Oh. Just photograph. Great job. Thank you so much. Our next semi-finalist, also from Italy, Andre. Bringing Bujins all the way to the top 4 of the European Championships. Well played this weekend, fantastic. It's been a lot of fun watching you play. It was a lot of fun commentating. If you just take a look for the photo. We're very proud to hand people far too many prizes to actually carry.
Can I go?
You're free to go. Andre making a quick escape. In second place, bringing Lightsworn for the first event that it was legal in, all the way to the finals, Marcel. We saw some fantastic games today, Marcel. We're very proud to be presenting you this trophy. And again, more things than you could possibly carry. The real trick is getting a good photograph of you holding it all. Great games, really fun to watch. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Our winner from Germany, your European champion 2014, Eugene. Mermails for the win. It gets more and more amusing as the prize piles get bigger. Absolutely fantastic play from Eugene this weekend. If you get a chance to see that on the stream, you should watch. You could learn a thing from Eugene. Top man. Can I get another big round of applause for your European champion, Eugene? We look forward to seeing what you can do in Rimini. And this draws a close to the European Championships for this year. I'm getting the warning. It's going to be the last warning we get this weekend. We look forward to seeing you in Rimini, either watching us and cheering on our champions, or just attending to see them live. Guys, you've been great this weekend. Thank you so much for coming. Take care.